Hello, today we are working with your Kems book, Lesson 25. We will be learning about inequalities. This video will work on pages 304 to 305. You may want to have your book with you as you watch the video. You will also be working during the video through Zaption.com, which is how you're watching this video. Now, let's take a look at page 304 so that we can read the word problem for this lesson. The word problem in this lesson reads, Jennifer and 3 of her friends are going to a concert. The price of a ticket includes the entrance to the concert, a CD, and a t-shirt. The total cost of the ticket is more than $48. How could you represent the cost of one ticket? First thing we have to do is underline the question. The next thing we have to do is finish the statement that says, this problem is asking me to find. Take a minute right now and do that in your book. You should have underlined, how could you represent the cost of one ticket? And then the problem is asking me to find a way to represent the cost of one ticket. The next part of this page has us looking at the expression and writing it with symbols. As you may remember from earlier years in math, the symbols we will need for this activity will be the less than symbol, the greater than symbol, the greater than or equals to symbol, or the less than or equals to symbol. I'll review each as we use them. Looking at number 1, it says 6 is less than 8. Well, you probably remember that you write 6 first. 6, and then you write the less than symbol, and then you write 8. Hard to write on my tablet, sorry about that. Next, you do 4 is greater than 2. So we start with 4. We write the greater than symbol, and then we write 2. Number 3 says x is less than or equal to 5. And if you remember, we write x first. We write less than or equal to that way, with a less than symbol and then a line underneath, which is one of the equal signs. So x is less than or equal to, and then we write 5. 4 says c is greater than or equal to 1. So c is greater than or equal to 1. Take a minute right now and make sure you have written these inside your book. Number 5 says 3 is less than 7. So 3 is less than 7. Go ahead and do 6, 7, and 8 on your own. Now check with these answers. How did you do? Moving on, we'll look at page 305 now. On page 305, we have the expression, the inequality, and then we are introduced to graphing the inequality. So let's start with the expression. John has less than 15 video games. The inequality for that talks about the number of video games that John has. Well, we know that he has less than 15. So if we use v as our variable to represent video games, we can say that he has v video games, which is less than 15. Now, the way that we graph the v is less than 15, we have to actually look at the number 15. And we start by circling the number of 15. So we put a circle on the number 15, and we keep it an open circle because the number 15 is not the number of video games he has, because he has less than 15. So then we show the less than 15 by pointing to the left of 15, because all the numbers to the left of 15 are less than 15. We put an arrow that shows it can be any of those numbers that are less than 15. Okay, so looking at number 2, Penny invited more than 6 friends to her birthday party. So if we want to be able to write the inequality for how many friends she invited, we can use f as a variable for friends. And we know that she invited more than 6. So we can do a more than symbol and then 6. So however many friends there are, we're not certain, but we know that there were more than 6. To graph that, we again start at the number 6. We put a circle around it because it doesn't include 6. We do know that there were more than 6. So we graph more than 6 by putting a circle at 6 and then drawing a line to the right with an arrow that shows whatever the number is, it's going to be greater than 6, but it will not include 6. Now let's look at 3. There are at least 20 students in the math class. Here, the at least is our keyword. In the other ones, it was easy to see more than or less than, and we're used to working with that. But here we're introduced to the words at least. At least 20 means there might have been 20. But it also means that it probably starts at 20 and could be more than that. So if we want to know how many students, we're going to start with an S, and we're going to say that it's greater than or equal to 20, because it could have been 20. So to graph that, we say, we put a 0 on 20, but this time we're going to close the zero and make it a little dot there on our graph to represent that it could have been 20 or it could have been more than 20. So to show more than, we draw an arrow to the right. It means it could have been 20 or it could have been any number beyond 20. So S is greater than or equal to 20. Number 4 says, Kyle could spend no more than. So the key word there is no more than. When you see no more than, we have to know that he could spend the amount of money, but he can't go over. Kyle could spend no more than $12 at the school carnival. Okay, so we want to know about money. We'll use M for a variable. We know that he could spend less than 20. He just can't go over 12. He just can't go over 12. So we're going to say the amount of money that he can spend is less than or equal to $12. Okay, so to graph that, just like we did the one above it, we're going to start with the number 12, put a circle, and then we're going to enclose the circle because it could be $12 that he spends. But he can't go over $12, so we will also draw a line to the left, which shows the numbers less than 12. Because whatever he does is going to be less than or equal to $12. Okay, so for the rest of this page, see if you can come up with an expression. What might x is less than 3 be? Kind of like a story. In addition, take a minute to graph the inequalities and see how you do. Do 5, 6, 7, and 8 in your own math book. And when you're finished, show them to the teacher to move on.